Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Happy Friday. And like I said, we're doing another viewer request today. And this one is for, and forgive me if I get this one wrong, Qefex. And Qefex asked, can you try Catch of the Day? Yeah, I can. In fact, let's do it right now. So, starting off with that skill card, what is Catch of the Day? So you can activate this if you control Legendary Fisherman. This will allow us to activate Umi directly from either our deck or the discard pile, and that portion of the skill may only be used once per duel, which is fine. It's understandable. You're talking about powering out a field spell. Second, once per turn, when the Legendary Fisherman you control destroys a monster by battle or inflicts battle damage to the opponent, then we can special summon one level 4 or lower water monster from the deck or the graveyard in defense mode. So we are going to abuse this. We're going to use this, and we are updating this deck today. So if you guys saw this on the channel a little while back, it's probably been close to a year. We're doing some new things with it. So first things first, we got to have some generic water types just to help fill out the deck. So one crazy fish, one great white. Reasoning here. I wanted to have multiple looks in this deck. They're literally the same card. Well, I guess Crazy Fish has better defense. It's 16 by 12. Great White is 16 by 8. So if we're actually going to go anything, we would double up on the Crazy Fish. It's just I like to, of course, put more copies of stuff on board. And then, of course, 3 copies High Tide Gyojin. And again, when we're running Umi, these cards are all going to gain a 200 power bonus. So it's going to be 1818 and 1850. So the High Tide Gyojin is an absolute must. The other ones are play whichever one you like or do what I did. Now, when we're referring back to the Catch of the Day, what we are going to be doing is we need to have a summonable target that goes to defense mode that's going to help us. So how do we set up anything defensively while our opponent is trying to, fry our fish? Well, guys, you guys are going to play Mariakutai. So, and I understand I'm doing this different today. I thought I'd just try this out for speed duel profiling. The way that this one's going to work is that during the opponent's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, as a quick effect, we contribute this from the field, negate the activation, and then destroy the spell card that we negated. So, real quick, what this means is Legendary Fisherman gets the KO or does some battle damage. Fine. But additionally, we're actually setting up a negate since, again, remember, there is no main phase 2 in Speed Duel. It is all main phase 1 battle end. So it's half the points, half the deck, half the field, half the turn. So Mariakutai allows us to do this. And again, since this is a once per turn regenerating card, we could just keep, pulling it back. And then, of course, you're going to need 3 copies of the Legendary Fisherman. So now he's going to have some pluses and some minuses. One of the big pluses is he's an 1850. The big minus is he's a 5-star. So we are going to need the tribute because, again, Legendary Ocean does not exist for us. While Umi is on the field, this card is unaffected by spell effects and cannot be targeted for attacks. However, this does not allow, prevent the opponent from attacking you directly. So if I only have Legendary Fisherman, my opponent can freely summon whatever big old monster they want and punch me directly in the jaw. I do not want that. This is why we need these other fish. We need them. They're going to help us. We also got some love in the spell traps today. It's really going to help us. But Legendary Fisherman is going to need the Umi in order to gain his protection. And again, it's going to be protection from spell, which is one of the biggest portions even in Speed Duel, not just the Master Game, not just the advanced format. Moving over to our spells, we're going to be using 3 copies Big Wave, Small Wave. Now, I love this card. I love this way more than whatever the other continuous spell card was that I used in previous forms of this deck. And it's simply because I could summon the Mariakutai, whatever. I can hit the Big Wave, Small Wave, and immediately generate into my Fisherman from hand. Destroy all my face-up water monsters on activation. Then special summon water monsters from the hand up to the number of destroyed monsters from this effect. So again, this will allow me to turn any one of these 6 cards here into any one of these 3 cards here. If you don't like that, you guys could always just play less on the Big Wave, Small Wave. And in later game, they make a good toss into the back row, kind of confuse the opponent since they will be going after your cards. Other cards, pretty self-explanatory. 3 copies, Book of Moon, shut down the opponent combos, make sure that you don't get punched in the face while Fisherman's doing his job, and also make it a lot easier for him to beat down a monster. The Cosmic Cyclones, again, pay the 1,000, target a spell trap, banish it. And again, you got to remember that certain things like Zoma still count as being a trap. We could target him with this, offboard him that way. Opponent field spells, anything that's continuous. We can use this very defensively. I have no idea what's going on with the focus, guys. I'm not doing that. Let me try. Okay, because that was tripping me out. All right. And then 2 copies of Umi. We are going to want our field spell. I originally wanted to play this at 1. 2, I think, is going to be better, as it's going to raise the power base on the rest of our 4 stars. And it's actually going to bring this deck up to a 21 count. But that's going to be, I think, fine between being able to use the Catch of the Day to get Umi and Mariakutai out of the deck. I do believe this is going to be negligible. This is going to buff all fish, sea serpents, thunders, and aquas. So nothing for the fisherman. The fisherman is still a warrior. Additionally, machines and pyros will lose 200 attack and defense. Right now, there is going to be a ton of cyber style. Spell-proof armor, I don't know. I don't think this is really going to help against them. But it should against the cyber style. And it should against volcanics. Because again, I want to say that those are all pyro monsters. So a little benefit there. And then the last 2 cards, we're going to be using 2 traps. We're going to be using Lost Wind. I think, again, this is pretty self-explanatory. We need to target a face-up special summon monster on the field, negate the effects, half its original attack. And then if another monster gets special summoned from the opponent's extra deck, we can take this from our discard pile, put this back face down on the field, and we can go ahead and generate another use. Once it leaves the field the second time, however, this card does need to become banned. Banished. And so again, we run 2. It's like having 4 as far as being able to recycle the effect. Same thing with the Mariakutai. We're running 1, but we can always put him from the deck or the discard pile back to the field. We can always board him. So again, it makes a much better decision to try to ramp up the rest of the power difficulty or the power scale for the rest of this deck. And then going into the extra deck and the side deck, guys, this is pretty much the same thing that we almost always use, with one caveat. So again, there's the Blue Eyes Ultimate. There's our Cyber Blader for its 3 different effects. If the opponent has 1 monster, it can't be killed by battle. If it's 2, then it doubles over its power. And if it's 3, they cannot activate any. Your opponent's activated card effects are negated. So again, really cool, really oppressive, seemingly built for speed duel so long ago. Cyber End Dragon, another big monster, allowing us to get the piercing, whereas the Blue Eyes Ultimate doesn't allow that. The double Ujama King, because again, potential absolute lock, and Thousand Eyes Restrict, because this card really does make people mad. So I'm going to keep playing it, guys. It is what it is. And in the sideboard, again, another 6 cards. We are going to be using the Cosmic Cyclone again. We're going to have our 3rd copy of the Lost Wind here as well. We are going to board in 2 copies, Waking the Dragon. Now, again, I love this trap card. If this card is in its owner's control, has left the field because of an opponent's card effect, and is now either in the graveyard or is banished, then we get to special summon 1 monster from either our deck or our extra deck. And in this build, Legendary Fisherman would not be entirely the worst choice. It would definitely allow us to get him to the board. It allows Catch of the Day to bring the Umi to the board. It allows Catch of the Day to start cycling the Mariakutai. Additionally, if it would be more pervasive to the win, you just go into one of the big guys and just start beating monsters. Just start, destroying cardboard on the other side. Simple as that. And then last up, I'm actually using 2 copies of Zoma again, because I've started to run into Inner Conflict again. And again, with Inner Conflict, they do have to pay like half their life points, and it's Change of Heart and blah, 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 whatever. I want to make sure that they can't board wipe me and go for game. So as far as Zone of the Spirit, we do special summon this in defense mode as an effect monster. It's still counted as a trap while it's an effect monster. And if it's destroyed by battle while it was special summoned as its own effect, we get to inflict damage to the opponent equal to the attack of the monster that does destroy it. And again, that's generally game by the time that that's going to roll up, or it's a threat for your opponent to back off and a basically pass turn, and you can win on your own turn then. So really fun deck, and I may or may not start doing my profiles like this, at least for Speed Duel, because again, it's half the cards. This might be better, and of course we don't do test hands. It gives you guys a little bit longer to make notes throughout. I think on Sunday I'm going to go to the old one, and then I'm going to weigh the options back and forth. If you guys want to weigh in, please do. Comment section all day, every day. I try to get back to almost everything. Some of them, they just don't pop up in my notifications. I don't get it. I don't see them until I specifically go looking to certain videos. I don't understand what that's all about. I'll figure it out. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. And just one more time, I would like to thank the Duelist. And again, I'm going to say it. You tell me if I'm right. Qefex, this is your request. So I hope that this helps. I hope that this is a good version of this for you. And go out there and be the freaky fish man, all right? If you guys want to support the channel, do consider subscribing, commenting, giving us the thumbs up, sharing us with your friends. All of this stuff works with the algorithm and works with the community at large, and allows us to share the casual decks and casual playstyle with more people. So you could do that, or you guys could choose not to, because that's up to you. Do one thing for me if you don't do that. Go out there and try to have a great day. And let's see if we can't do this weekend right. All right? All right, my friends. Seriously, have a good one. And I hope to see you guys again later.